What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we are kicking off Season 1 Episode 1 of the F1 23 My Team Career Mode. I know the game's been out for a while now, this video's been in the works for a while, so sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, so first step in making this My Team Career Mode is going to be choosing our team name. We're going to be naming it Rebooted Racing after what the YouTube channel is called, obviously, and it's what I've named practically every other team, but this one's going to be a bit special. Before choosing anything else in this career mode, we have to choose a title sponsor, and in this instance I've gone with Quest. The next step in this My Team Career mode is going to be choosing our engine supplier with the choice of Red Bull powertrains, Renault, Mercedes or Ferrari, Mercedes being the most expensive, Renault being the cheapest, but all around the best, it's going to go with Red Bull. The next step is making sure that we actually have a teammate to compete against. We have many options from Lucas Blakely to Marcus Armstrong to Felipe Drugovich, but in this case we are going to go with Frederick Vesti as he is the best in terms of overall capability and is the cheapest one there that isn't an esports driver. Now we have to choose the livery in which we are going to be running the car in. With many options to choose from, we must also think resourceful in terms of how we're going to be save weight through the paint. This isn't actually a thing in the F1 game, but if we were to think normally, we could have gone with a Las Vegas livery, we could have gone with a BBC Children's in Need livery, but we've gone with a different type of livery that I've purchased from the F1 shop. After selecting our livery and our personal stickers, we must now focus on our team branding. We can use any sort of icon, but as the team is called Rebooted Racing, we are going to go with the R. So after choosing the team icon, we must now move on to the team colors, which are going to be blue with a mix of grey. And now after successfully choosing our livery, our team colors, our team branding, our engine supplier and our second driver, we can now go on to Team HQ. So this is the Team HQ in where we can purchase upgrades with R&D points, we can check the standings, we can change our engine supplier at the end of the season here, we can sign new drivers, we basically control the entire team from here. So at the moment we are just making sure that there are activities for the drivers and the rest of the team to do while we progress through the season. We have pre-season driver training camps, we have aerodynamic, chassis, durability and powertrain focus to make sure those are all done and are up to standards. We can also purchase new upgrades to help us edge out the competition. Also from here, we can upgrade our facilities. Here we are going to purchase an aerodynamic fabrication upgrade, which basically means most of our aerodynamic parts should not fail when we order them. Throughout the season, the team will earn R&D points, which means we can purchase upgrades with those R&D points on the R&D screen. Here we are going through some of the upgrades that we can buy. We basically get R&D by completing practice 1, 2, and 3, and we can also get some by finishing higher up during the race. But it's now time for us to head to the land down under, Australia, for the opening race of the season. So here we are going to do qualifying pace in FP1 to see what this car is really capable of. So as we leave the pits, it's time to hear how this car sounds and how it performs throughout the Melbourne Street Circuit.
Programme complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
So after completing a qualifying pace test, I would qualify P1. But it's now time to actually see what this car can do during qualifying under quali fuel and under the stress, to see if we can put our midfield team of Rebooted Racing on the front row or even into the top 10. I'm also going to show you the custom setup I use around Australia that gave me lap time through the corners, but they will lack down the straights. Just a warning. So, to say this car can go quick would be a bit of an understatement. As P2, only 58 thousandth of a second behind Max Verstappen, of course. Frederick Vesti, P12, not the best qualifying for him, but we'll see what he can do in the race.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. Close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable. Recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Hill lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Vesti, Stroll, Magnussen, Ocon, Albon, Ricciardo, Joe, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Gasly and Logan Sargent. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Natalie Pinkham is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
Well, it's clear, very clear conditions, and that makes it clear for the drivers because they don't have to worry and have that added distraction of fickle weather. They can concentrate on the driving and not everything else around them.
So with Max Verstappen having a 10-place grid drop, it promotes us from P2 to P1, George Russell starting alongside us. One thing we do know is the Mercedes and the Ferraris, because they start P3, P4, are going to be really strong down the straights, which we are going to lack, but we will make up most during sectors 1 and 3. But our main strategy here is we're gonna have to go with medium to soft instead of medium to hard. I'm guessing at least one of the cars will go medium hard, but only time will be able to tell. So I've got to record the race start, but I will promise in the next video, Season 1, Episode 2, that I will record the race start. So these replays are from lap 8 onwards. as we can see right now, Charles Leclerc will be within our DRS range going on to the main straight in the start of lap 10, which is going to leave us in danger as our tyres are practically at the drop zone, and it's not looking good for us to keep this race lead at the moment. So we can see Charles Leclerc just gaining on us. He now has DRS down this straight. Just remember, on lap 8 we did have that massive slide which did cost us a bunch of time. Just so you know, our tyres at the moment are currently at 40%, which means we are going to have to try and manage these tyres now down this back straight. You can see Charles Leclerc just gaining with the DRS. We are going to hold the position going into at the end of Sector 2. But he is going to have DRS on us into Sector 3 now, taking a bit of the curb there. This is not looking good for us at the moment. We go hard defensive. He could have gone for the dive bomb, but we managed to cover it off. It's going to be a battle all the way down the main straight now. This really is not looking good for us at all at the moment. We take a bit of a hit on the rear tyres. Charles Leclerc just gaining. This is really not good for us. He'll have DRS into Sector 1 as well. We are going to be very vulnerable now on lap 10. Lap 11, sorry. We are going to be incredibly vulnerable. We have a bit of oversteer coming out to that corner. That's going to let Charles Leclerc close the gap even more. As you can see, we're starting to panic a bit. We are starting to go really defensive, but it's not going to be enough as Charles Leclerc has managed to manage his tyres so well. It's really not looking good for us down this straight by here now. Charles Leclerc is the quick car. There's no point trying to fight as we let him pass. This lap we do need to box, so the tyres are getting incredibly worn out. And as he overtook us through there, as you can see, slide through there, oversteer like crazy, and it's really not looking good for us. We are still within DRS range, but the question is Charles Leclerc going to pit this lap, or is he going to pit on the next lap? As we go a bit deep into the final corner, and Charles Leclerc does pit this lap along with us. This means it's going to be a race to see who can get out of their pit box first. As you can see, Charles Leclerc already into the Ferrari pit box. We have to travel all the way down to the other side of the pit lane. Who's going to prevail in this pit box race? Charles Leclerc just going past us. We are late out the pit box, and Charles Leclerc does continue to lead out of the pits. Go get the overtake on him down here. We're going to have Lewis Hamilton behind us. Charles Leclerc really slow coming out of the pits and into the first corner. Let's see. We're going to have to do some defending from Lewis Hamilton. We're going to have to do some attacking here against Charles Leclerc. As we go for the dive bomb, we make it on the softs. Charles Leclerc on the hards. He really could not do anything as we reclaim P2 as Carlos Sainz is still yet to pit. So currently Charles Leclerc is gaining on us. He's gaining. He could go for a dive bomb. No, he's not. He's going to hold back to make sure he does have DRS down the main straight, which is most likely where he will try and overtake on us. He is within 0.2 of a second of us at the moment. As long as we get a good exit out of this final corner here, we should be alright, and he should not be able to gain on us. We do get a good exit. Charles Leclerc, his rear tyre just hitting the barrier there. But as you can see, he's gaining. He's got a slipstream, the ERS and the DRS. He's gaining, but just could not do anything. We cut the corner out of stress there. Charles Leclerc looking for a gap down the inside, which just wasn't going to work out as we closed the gap really quickly. Charles Leclerc on the racing line now looking for a gap. No, he just can't find the space to be able to get the overtake in. Take it a bit slowly through this part of Sector 1, just to make sure that we do not have any more wheel spin. Charles Leclerc is still gaining on us. These soft tyres, they've survived from lap 11 all the way to lap 18 so far. Will they be able to finish the Grand Prix or not? That's the main question. Charles Leclerc will have DRS down his back straight now. He's gaining and gaining. He's currently within 4/10 of a second of us. 3/10, 2/10. He could look for a move. No, he's not. He's going to make sure he stays within DRS range. Down here, we don't take as much curve as we had before. Charles Leclerc 2/10 behind. Looking for a possible gap to overtake. No, he just still can't find the gap. With 2 laps left of this Grand Prix, can Charles Leclerc retake the lead of the Australian Grand Prix and win here for a second time in his F1 career? Or are we going to take our first Grand Prix victory with the midfield team as we hit the rear tyre on the barrier? That is not looking good. That's going to let Charles Leclerc look for an overtaking opportunity. He goes towards the inside, but we just outbrake Charles Leclerc again, covering him off. He's going to have a good look. He got a better exit than us. He's looking towards the inside yet again. As we do our break, and there's contact on our rear left tyre and Charles Leclerc's front right. He's still looking for that gap. We have to go off track. We do get a track limits warning for that. We still do stay ahead of Charles Leclerc. We are getting desperate now to keep this first race win in the bag. Charles Leclerc obviously will have DRS, but we'll have pressure from Russell behind as well. Are we going to be able to keep the lead? We squeeze Charles Leclerc. He's going to lead us yet again. On lap 19 we get overtaken in the exact same place. Main question is, are we going to be able to get the overtake back in on Charles Leclerc to win the Grand Prix or no? You can see we're gaining. That was Logan Sargent in the barrier after the crash. Surprisingly, no safety car. He did it 3 laps ago and still no safety car, which really surprised me, as it would have helped us a lot with managing our tyre wear. Are we going to be able to get Charles Leclerc down the main straight on as we go on to the final lap, out the final corner, as we're about to get ready to start the final lap? As you can see, Charles Leclerc really does not want us to overtake. We are a lot draggier down the straights compared to that Ferrari. He's got some real quick speed as we get the overtake done going into turn 1. Bit late on the brakes, which this custom setup does allow us to do. He is now 6/10 behind us. Logan Sargent and Pierre Gasly have been DNF'd, both due to mechanical failures. Sorry, Gasly due to mechanical failure, Sargent due to contact between him and Fernando Alonso. Charles Leclerc is now 7/10 behind us. Is that going to guarantee us the win here today in Melbourne? We only have half a lap left to find out. As you can see again, he's gaining, he's within 2/10. We're doing a very good job at defending here. And he just has to stay behind us going into these corners. You can see Charles Leclerc getting really desperate now. He's looking for the passing opportunity. He goes down the inside of us here. Outside of us, sorry. We go on down the inside. We do have a bit of contact. Charles Leclerc still trying to gain on us. He's still trying. We only have one more corner to go. And out to the final corner. Charles Leclerc can't do much. He can only watch in disappointment as we take the first Grand Prix win of the season. This video took forever to record and edit, so it would be greatly appreciated if you could go down below, hit the like button, and maybe subscribe to the channel. Up to you. But if you do subscribe to the channel, please turn on post notifications so you never miss another upload. Season 1 episode 2 will be out soon. Keep an eye on my socials for more information.